Hello and welcome to Arts World. I'm Barbara Serra here on the River Nile in Cairo, the capital of Egypt, known locally as the Mother of the World. Now, to talk of Arab art, there's no place quite like Cairo. We've come here to meet one man determined to preserve the authentic sound of the Orient, the sound of an instrument called the oud.
To me, the oud is like a part of my body, like my hands or my tongue. It's one of my senses.
The oud is one of the earliest recognized string instruments, and it's inspired variations from the European lute to the guitar. Believed to have originated more than 4,000 years ago in Iraq, the oud was adopted across the region. For Iraqi musician Naseer Shamma, the oud is more than just a musical instrument. It's the way that he expresses the suffering he sees in today's world.
The oud is my identity and my voice, but it has also become the voice of a community, the voice of the Iraqi situation and the people who are victimized in Palestine and everywhere in the world. It no longer speaks only of beauty. Now it also transforms ugliness into beauty.
It wasn't the first time Shamma was inspired by the tragedy of conflict. He was so moved after his friend lost an arm in the Iran-Iraq war that he developed a one-handed method of playing the oud.
I wanted him and the 70,000 young people handicapped during the war to regain hope. It was a gift from me to them.
This is Mohammed Ali Street, once home to Cairo's musicians and dancers. The artists may all be gone, but this street is still one of the best places to buy Oriental musical instruments. The number of craftsmen making instruments here has dwindled over the years. Many have moved into the more profitable line of business in low-budget furniture. But Sami Abdelazim is still here. He's been making ouds in this tiny workshop since he was a teenager. Despite the changes over the years, he says demand for the oud is still high.
The oud is becoming more popular now. Before, people would keep the same oud for up to 20 years, but now they want a new one every day.
It is said that each oud contains the soul of its maker.
I haven't just inherited this business. I love the oud and devote all my time to it, and I enjoy thinking of innovations.
It was Naseer Shamma's love for the oud that inspired him to fight for its future. In 1998, Shamma opened the first school or home of oud right here in Egypt. 10 years on, Shamma has 4 schools of oud around the region, with dozens of musicians graduating every year.
Our goal was to pass on our knowledge to new generations, because most professional solo artists don't actually teach. When a musician passes away, our loss is even greater. His project ends the moment he dies. When they graduate, my students have to vow to teach 20 more people. And so, just like I taught them, they each have that responsibility to carry on. So you'll see in years to come how many oud players we'll have.
Shamma's dream is not only to revive interest in the oud, but in all Eastern instruments and music. So far, he's received an encouraging response.
Every year, the audience increases. Younger generations are becoming even more interested in traditional music. People think that the youth of today only like jazz and pop, but in reality, they're learning to play these instruments. The world has listened to jazz, classical and pop music for long enough. Our ears need a new sound.
Along with some of his students, Shamma formed the Oriental Orchestra. It's an ensemble of over 60 musicians who performed for the very first time in Abu Dhabi in April 2008. The instruments they play are all from the East, and some have been in danger of dying out. It's all part of his plan to revive the traditional sound of the Orient. This is only the beginning of his musical mission.
We want to show the entire world, through music and the arts, that this region has a rich culture and its soul is still alive. My dream is to plant a musician in each home. I want to see an army of musicians.